I'm getting it going right now. And we are back. Week 3 of Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I'm your man, Doss. I'm here with Coach Shot. And y'all know what we do, man. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk sports like we always do. We're going to do it all, man. We're going to get into some other things besides sports because it wouldn't be us if we didn't. So that's what we're going to do for y'all. So, hey, man, it's good to have you back. We doing week 3, and we just going to keep on growing this thing. Keep on growing this thing as much as we can. So,
correct about that.
Yeah, man. So, you already know. We was just doing a little pre-talk before we got on to the real thing, man. So,
yeah.
All right, we got to talk about our brownies, man. We got to talk about our brownies. So, okay, now y'all know, I'm always killing Deshaun Watson. I'm always killing Deshaun, and I honestly, he didn't play bad. He didn't play great, but if you looked at his numbers, it was okay. I mean, he threw like almost like 180 yards. Something like that, 2 touchdowns. He was like 17 of 31 or something like that, close to those numbers. The effort was still not the best. However, he did what he needed to do. Now, the issue is that is it coaching? Is it the offensive line? Is it Deshaun? Or is it just a lack of talent, man? That's what I am not understanding. What is it for us? Is it which one of the combinations is it?
I think it's a combination of 3 things that you just said.
Okay.
It's the coaching because we miss Bill Callahan.
Definitely.
It's the offensive line because we miss Bill Callahan.
Definitely.
And talent to where because we don't have that receiver that's gonna catch a pass, a slant, and take it 80 yards. We don't got that speedster.
Right.
You know, I think now that they got Tony, I don't know what he could bring, but I heard he's fast. I've seen what he did in Kansas City.
His hands is inconsistent. His
That's
hands
the thing.
is inconsistent.
That's the thing. So it's like we just don't have that take the top off receiver. Talent wise, I think also we've gotten older. Joe Batonio been in the league for a long time. He out there getting the shit kicked in.
Hey man, listen, Wyatt Teller just went out again. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just watching, man, and Wyatt Teller looks defeated, and this is like consistent years he's been hurt. So it's like him and Batonio got some type of thing. Gendrick Wills is just dropped. You came back and went out again. I don't care what anybody says. This dude does not want to play ball. He hasn't wanted to play ball since his rookie year. After his rookie year, you can just see in his face. And I remember somebody asking him the question, like, are you still interested in playing ball? Like, do you really want to play ball? And he had like a question mark.
Because he seemed disinterested, man. Like, it was a couple plays I seen where he had the choice between blocking 2 people. He had 2 defenders coming.
Right.
And he chose not to block neither one of them. Neither one.
Right.
So I'm like, did you not know your blocking assignment? Did you not, or you just didn't want to do it?
I have no idea. My cousin just tapped in. He said that it's not a lack of talent. That's what he just tapped in on the comments. He said it's not a lack of talent. Now, okay, but it's inconsistent talent. And that's what I'm saying, because Ford is inconsistent. One moment he wants to run the ball hard, the next moment he doesn't. Our receivers we got receivers, but we don't have game breakers right now. Mari Cooper is on the end, on the decline of his career, but you got Jerry Jeudy. Still not getting enough out of him. Cedric Tillman kind of just fell by the wayside.
He dropped the ball.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He dropped a crucial one.
So in that regards, I'm gonna say the inconsistency is the lack of talent to me.
Yeah, but then we also got to talk about Deshaun Watson. Same thing. My cousin, this dude, man, he'll be going at it. So he reading my mind right now. But the reality of it is Deshaun's been holding on to the ball way too long. He's definitely not where he needs to be with his decision making at all. This dude is holding on to the ball. Come on, man. You're in the NFL. You got 4 seconds tops. 4 seconds, get rid of it.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, Coach. To a certain extent, this is what I say, because I remember a couple plays. The one play where he had Jordan Akins, I think it was like to pick up a first down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jordan Akins basically like an out route towards the sideline, and the receiver was running, trying to get up the seam or whatever, but they crossed somewhere, sectionality cross.
Right.
He didn't see Jordan Akins. If he would have threw the ball, soon as Jordan Akins turned, he was heading towards the sideline, he would have caught it because the defender wasn't coming down yet.
Right.
To get on him. Then, so that one I was like, okay, you don't have clear vision right there, because that's a normal pitch and catch.
Right.
But then also seen it where DeJuan Jones was getting beat like a beat. He was getting beat.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is it him, or is it the offensive line, or can it just be both?
It's honestly, it's the one thing that nobody is really talking about. And the one thing that nobody is really talking about is what you just said. Bill Callahan. Bill Callahan had them do so. That tells me there must be a lack of respect for the offensive line coach, because whoever it is doing it right now, he can't get to these dudes. Bill Callahan had these dudes working. Like when they got injured, they was fighting to still get back on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio, Teller, it was one other one too that was a veteran lineman. I can't remember what his name is, but these dudes are just dropping like flies now. Yeah. And Hudson that came in got hurt. Like they're like, do they not lift weights? Like something's got to be going on that they all weak, man.
I don't know. Hudson has been. I thought he was going to be better than what he was when we drafted him out of Cincinnati.
Right.
But he's just been up, down. He'll give you a couple good plays, then he'll give you a couple bad plays in a row.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I just know this. They miss Bill Callahan.
Hey, my cousin killing me, man, because everything that I argued with people about last year, nobody wanted to hear anything. I told people all year last year, I said, listen, I don't want the excuses, because Joe Flacco did it with two substitute teachers, airline attendant, in a garage, and a garbage man, because they put everything together, and he's still putting up 300-400 yards, touchdowns, and this, that, and the other. So it's frustrating, man. It is so frustrating to be a Browns fan, knowing what they did last year with a bunch of nobodies, and we get all of the somebodies back, and we're still not doing anything.
What we supposed to be doing on paper. On paper, we should be 3-0, easy.
Easy.
We should be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's we miss Bill Callahan. Listen, that man, like how you just said, he took a right tackle. I think the dude name was Leroy something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
When Jed Wells went down, that man stepped in and played right tackle. Whatever. I think Jed is on the right, left tackle, or whatever side he on. That man stepped in and played the rest of the season, and then he left, and he did a great job.
Yes,
I think his name was Leroy Watson or something like that.
I think my cousin said it was Hubbard, or was it Hubbard?
No, it wasn't Hubbard. No, Chris Hubbard gone. He been gone.
Oh, okay. So yeah, man. But look, the other piece to this puzzle that is pissing me off is the defense. Dude, we made Singletary look like freaking Saquon Barkley. And when he broke that last run, he ran through everybody's tackles and went down at the 1 yard line. I said, y'all I know you lying. Like, Myles Garrett has not shown up in 3 weeks. Now, I'm on Myles' neck right now more than I am on Deshaun Watson this year. And because I argued with people last year, I argued with my son this Sunday during the fucking game. I'm telling you, dude, like, I'm sitting up in here and I'm telling him, I said, he's like, Myles Garrett is our defensive MVP. You hating on him. I said, I'm not hating on him. The facts show that he did not deserve the MVP. He didn't. He was not topping no category whatsoever. So easily, TJ Watt, Michael Parsons had the right to have grudges. Mm-hmm. It is known that Myles takes off plays, takes off games when he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching this dude. And the camera people are making sure they put the camera on him and show that he's being manhandled by one person. Now, the stat line that gave him that defensive player of the year, it was a made-up stat. The stat said if Myles was not double and triple teamed, then these would be more stats that he would have. I was like, oh, that's a ghost stat. Like, what does that mean if he didn't have this and he didn't have that? I was like, that's terrible, man. Like, Myles has not shown up in 3 games. You can't even tell me a significant play he's had in 3 weeks where it was like, oh, there's Myles. No.
For me, I can't. I'm gonna give you one day, Coach. When he had the sack strip fumble.
When was that?
That was against not Dallas, the Jags. But we didn't recover the fumble. That's the thing. He had that sack strip fumble on Trevor Lawrence. He has had so far in the 3 games, he has 2 sacks.
That's terrible for $100 million dude that they're paying. That's terrible.
That is terrible.
And my cousin is on that bull too. He's talking about he's held on every play. Every defensive lineman is held on every play, man. I'm tired of the excuses. They have literally been showing he's been getting manhandled one-on-one by rookies. He's been getting manhandled. I've seen a couple of double teams. I have not seen a triple team once this year.
I haven't seen a triple team. I have seen it both ways. I've seen it when he has been getting manhandled by a rookie or just one-on-one, and I've also seen him get tackled. So on 2 plays in a row. So and no flag.
So he's an opposing force, and he gets tackled. But you're still not showing up, dude. Your stat line is terrible. Right now, Aiden Hutchinson is outdoing you now.
He's killing you. He's killing him.
So Aiden Hutchinson is better than Myles Garrett. Are we saying that now?
No, I'm not saying that.
So Aiden Hutchinson doesn't get held or double teamed.
He's just having a better 3 games than Myles Garrett this year.
Hey,
I could never say a Michigan player is any good. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, you got to give a man credit where the credit is due.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, but I could never say he's better than anyone else.
Come on, man. Hey, listen, that dude, I thought he was going to be a bust in the NFL, truth be told. Because when I watched him size-wise and I look at him and I look at Myles, I look at TJ and all of them, I'm like, this dude kind of small. But he's been an opposing force on the field. And it's like, so, like, to me, what is it? Is it that Myles is just half-assing it because he's looking to leave? Or is it just he just don't care? He just getting his money?
I don't know. That, to me, those are some good questions because I don't know. It could be he wants to leave because I dealing with that Deshaun Watson and his off the field stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
My cousin is telling me, man. My cousin don't be talking about Myles like that. He watch your mouth, man. Hey. But he know I'm telling the truth. You know how I be getting on people, man. People don't want to hear the truth. But hey, okay. So then the secondary, the linebackers, what's up? Malik Neighbors, he looking like Odell out there, the early Odell, and then Singletary running through everybody.
That's what. It's funny that you mentioned Odell because that's what I heard in the pregame. That's what the Giants, thought of him in the draft. Same kind of Odell, same thing, and they proved it because he kind of dunked on Martin Emerson. He took the ball right out of his hand.
Right.
Emerson should have had a pick. He basically mossed you and took it from you. Then he scored on you. And now I know the second touchdown, it wasn't necessarily on him because it was in the zone coverage. And that was more on McLeod, but still 2 touchdowns, probably over 100 plus yards receiving.
Hey, My cousin was saying he was actually talking to you. He told you to watch your mouth. He told you to watch your mouth because I forgot he a Michigan fan. I forgot about that, man. He a Michigan fan. I forgot about that.
Hey man, tell him I feel sorry for him, man. He's a Michigan fan. I'm sorry, bro.
So yeah, man. But hey, so I don't know, man. I just know the Browns. Who the Browns? They got the Commanders this week, right?
No, they go out to Vegas.
Oh, they got the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They out to Vegas. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
I'm gonna say this real quick before we switch.
Okay.
I think the Browns are cursed when they play on Fox 8. I think they're gonna win all their games that they play on CBS. And every game that they play on Fox, they're gonna lose.
That's an interesting take. I'm gonna actually have to monitor that now. I'm gonna have to monitor that now.
So far, I'm right.
Okay. Okay.
The Dallas game was on Fox.
Facts.
This past game was on Fox.
Yep.
The last game versus Jaguars was on CBS.
Okay. All right.
I think Fox 8 is just not.
That's the jinx.
That's the jinx.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure y'all tapping into the link that I provided for everybody to go to YouTube and watch it. You don't have to watch it strictly through the Facebook Live. You can actually just jump onto the screen and see it full screen and everything, because that's where we trying to draw everybody there. We just do the lives and stuff because we not people who just want to tap in real quick, but we would love for y'all to help build us up on YouTube as well. The next one, this is the topic, man, that I'm lightweight upset that a lot of people are not talking about. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers shoved his coach, Robert Saleh, after he scored the second touchdown of the game, after he threw the second touchdown of the game. Robert Saleh went to go hug him. And then when he went out there, he just kind of pushed him away. And then they tried to make some joke about it, or it's like they tried to laugh it off in the press conference. I got a major problem with that. And the reason why I got a major problem with that, because we know if that was an African-American player, the TV would not let, the media would not let it go. It would be all over the place if that was the case. And I think the media did a poor job with covering it. And I think the media did a poor job with even addressing the situation. So is it just because it's Aaron Rodgers, or is it just because you know how the media does it? Because let's think about what Travis did to Andy Reid in the Super Bowl when he went running up to him and he slammed into him and stuff. Yeah. Now he caught backlash, and then people did talk about it, but they downplayed it real quick. So it lasted for about 48 hours.
Yeah. I think the media, of course.
Yes.
They always play a role in it, and they choose to cover whatever they want to cover. You know, covering Black people, Black athletes getting in trouble is that's their ratings. You know, they always want to tell that story of us being the villain, the bad person. So I get it. And then also, I think it's also because it's Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a mix between both. Yeah, but I actually I didn't see it at first. But then I ended up watching it, and then I heard a couple things that's coming out of New York, basically saying that Saleh always told him, we brought you here to get us a 2-touchdown lead so we can unleash our defense to do what they do. We got all these great defensive players.
2-touchdown lead though,
huh?
It was a 2-touchdown lead. It was 14-0.
Yeah, it was 14-0 at that point. So that's why he went in there to hug him, embrace him, like, yeah, thank you. But Aaron, I guess they say in Aaron's mind is like, okay, you was talking shit, you've been on my ass about this. I got you your 2-touchdown lead now. What you gonna do? Okay. So I get that's what they were saying. He's competitive and all that other stuff. So I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing that's coming out from reporters from the New York Jets.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never seen Aaron react to any of his coaches like that. So then it made me sit back and be like, okay, what's this all about? Why you doing this? Where'd this come from? And then for it to get no attention, that's where I really had an issue with it and get no attention. So I was just like, what's up with that? That's crazy to me.
No, I get it because I see it from that. Now I'm seeing it from that angle. Like, where you got Aaron Rodgers. Okay, obviously a Caucasian man. Right. You got Robert Saleh. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but he has some. He's the darker skin of a man.
Right.
So kind of like if that roles was reversed, like how you said, that black quarterback would be getting talked about right now as we're talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the media like, okay, let it go. Because anything like that, us shoving our bosses, come on, man.
Come on. Like it would be all over the place. And it would just continue to be on there. And then it would turn into, oh, this is a locker room issue.
Yeah.
Oh, this is distraction. It's this, is that. Kind of like they do with what's old boy? Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Like they do him kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like he upset or he angry or something, but he frustrated. Yeah. But they would take his frustration and magnify it. They took this frustration and hurried up and buried it. Yep. So it wouldn't become an issue. I have a problem with that.
But hats off to the Just PR team, though. They did a great job.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They spun that real quick. Yeah. My cousin, because we're going to get to the Carolina thing, man. We're going to get to our week 3 surprises and stuff that took place in the NFL. We're going to talk about it. It just told you, man, let's get to the facts. We're going to talk about all of this. We're going to talk about all of it. So, yeah, man, when it just came down to the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I think it deserved a little bit more media coverage. Obviously, your boy Stephen A. Smith didn't talk about it. Obviously, Ryan Clark didn't talk about it. Like a lot of these people out here, Keyshawn Johnson ain't speak. Well, I don't think Keyshawn got a platform right now because him and Skip got fired, right? Or
they
shut that whole show down, right?
Yeah, to my knowledge.
Yeah. So, but it's just the fact, man, that a lot of people are just not getting into, nobody's giving it the ammunition that it needed. I think somebody needs to hold him accountable. But if that's what they're going to say, that's 2-point lead, then you better push him again when you score 14 points on the next team. You 14 points ahead, you better push him again and show that same thing. Make it a thing then. Because now to me, it looks like y'all just covered up something.
So. I believe they did because they kind of, their responses was the same. It was a joke.
Yeah,
no, I ain't buying that.
Yeah, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe at all. I'm like, you're not gonna fool me with that one. But let's talk about this next one, man. Let's talk about this next one. My cousin said he's the great white hype since Brady is gone. That does make sense, but
true.
Brady had temper tantrums. I ain't never seen him push any of his coaches though.
True. He did have some temper tantrums.
Yeah. But I've never seen him push a coach, though. But this, it is what it is. All right, moving forward, let's talk about, I think this is an interesting topic, Malik Willis on revenge game. I don't like the fact that he tried to downplay it, that this wasn't a revenge game for him. I have a major problem with this because I know that as a player, like if you got a chance, even as a coach, if you got a chance to play against a team that you either was let go from or whatever the situation is, and they got rid of him quick.
2 years.
So if you turned your back on me and got rid of me and you didn't believe in me, it's definitely a revenge game. I'm going to try to do any and everything I can to show you that you screwed up with messing like quitting on me, basically. And he went out there, man, and had a game. He went out there and had a game. Out. He had a game. Yeah. I'm saying, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I don't care what nobody say. Like, he could say, it wasn't. But we all know, as playing the game as a competitor, we know that was a revenge game.
Man, you see the way he jumped up, the way he jumped up and was high-fiving his teammates when he ran that touchdown in. That was They think they did something, and now I just left them. They getting their heads kicked in. I just stepped in for my man Jordan Love, and I'm gonna continue this.
Yeah,
dude, raising his stake to me. He making people sit back and be like, "Oh, it might have just been the system he was in."
And that's what I think it is. Like sometimes you end up in a bad system, or the team, the city just ain't a fit for you.
Exactly.
You could say that. You could also say the same thing about Sam Darnold. You could say the same thing about Baker Mayfield. You could say the same thing about a couple other quarterbacks that have been in situations that they were drafted in and didn't work out. Now they're doing better.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely my cousin, like it was a get back game. It definitely was a get back game. And you can't I don't know why players be so afraid to be like, yeah, that was a get, like that ain't you already signed your contract. That's not gonna mess up your money, man. No. But if I know for a fact, if Saquon Barkley, when he plays the Giants, you gonna tell me he ain't gonna try to put up 400 yards on them dudes? You ain't gonna tell me it's not gonna be a get back game for him?
Man, Saquon
y'all didn't pay me. Y'all paid this dude.
Saquon gonna be playing punt returner, kick returner, linebacker, receiver.
He gonna do everything.
Quarterback. He gonna do everything.
Do everything. And it's interesting because I want to talk. We're gonna talk about that on the next part that's coming up, which is the week 3 surprises and stuff. But I like this Green Bay team. This Green Bay team. I was lightweight disappointed because my fantasy, man, I won. I think I won. But Josh Jacobs has been disappointing. Josh Jacobs, he started off good. Now, don't get me wrong. He was playing good in the first 2 games, but he disappeared. He disappeared. And I know they said something about his back or whatever, but they said he was going to still play. And I guess they reduced his minutes and his time on a regular basis. So I was just like, okay, like that's not a good thing because they put a lot of money into him. And
they did.
I just like this squad. I like the defense. I think they're going to be a problem down the road. I think they're going to be a problem for a lot of people down the road.
A lot of people. I mean, shoot, coach, they already is. Yeah. They showed it from last season, and they carried it on into this season. So,
very true.
I think they become a bigger problem because they already are a problem.
When Jordan Love comes back, they're going to be a bigger problem because they already bought with Malik. So just imagine when they get him back because they look good in that opening game against the Eagles. If they weren't playing on that soccer field, I think that score would have been a lot different.
Oh, yeah. It would have been
way different. Eagles defense is suspect. So
very much suspect.
So I think when we're talking about, this Packers team, man, they're I'm not gonna say a juggernaut, but they're a package. The defense is solid, the offense is solid. You got a solid backup quarterback. So if something happens with your starter, he can come in and make it happen for you.
And I ain't gonna lie, they got some. I don't really know their receiving core, but I'm gonna just say this: they got a solid group of no-name receivers.
They got what's that kid from North Dakota State, Watson? They got that other kid, Jaden Reed.
I heard it, Reed.
Jaden Reed. Watson is a dog also, and then they got one more. I don't remember what his name is, but then they got solid running group.
Yeah,
solid running group, solid quarterback. So I think, I don't know, man. I think they're gonna be a problem in the postseason for a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so. All right, man. Let's move on to our next topic because we could talk long about this one because it was a lot of them. All right, cuz you got your wish, man. We about to talk about the week 3 surprises in the NFL. And the first thing he wanted to talk about was the Carolina Panthers. So why isn't Bryce Young taking all this heat for being a bust? Because you brought in the red rifle and that boy loaded that gun up and was dropping bombs all over the place.
He was. The word coming out of Carolina is that Mr. Young had a female that he was with, and she left him for a NBA player. So he's about to
say a WNBA player at first.
No. I think his girl is with like Tyrese Maxey or something like that.
Wow.
But so I guess that's where he's ready for a change. Like now he wants. I guess he's from the reports I was reading. Like he's okay with the trade,
right?
So I guess whatever happened in the relationship, he just want to wash his hands and just run.
So dude just he don't nobody ever taught him how to just like, okay, I got to move on and still keep my money coming in.
Nah,
this dude, man, he's been terrible from the jump. I knew he shouldn't have been a number 1 pick. 1, his size. 2, I don't like most Alabama quarterbacks don't really pan out in the NFL.
No, They don't.
So
give me one.
I can't.
Because you can't really say Jalen Hurts because he went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he definitely went to Oklahoma. So, yeah. But he was a winner regardless, and they screwed him in Alabama. So
yeah, they sure did.
They screwed him for Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryce.
No, it was
Tua. But so it's like you got Bryce Young. He hasn't proven nothing in the NFL, like nothing at all. And they're sitting back and they're just like, okay, now what do we do? Because they remember Frank Reich, the head coach, lost his job over this stuff. And he was saying they're drafting the wrong people. They don't have this, they don't have that. And he's calling it out. He ended up losing his job over that.
He wanted CJ Stroud. The owner wanted Bryce Young. He said because Bryce Young looks the part.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but he looks the part.
Well, he's going to be looking at that bench because that's exactly what he's doing. Because now you got Andy Dalton comes in, dude. You know, the last time Andy Dalton like took over a team and was balling out and stuff. Come on, man.
Tell me.
Andy Dalton, man. But it ain't like Andy Dalton's a slouch, though. We ain't going to play like a slouch. But he know how
to be good, man. He ain't no slouch.
See, I think what they should have did is they should have had Dalton mentor Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when it's time for you to come in, now you understand. They threw the whole thing at him. So he really wasn't ready for that.
No, he wasn't ready. CJ Stroud was the number one, should have been the number one pick that year. They messed it up. They lost.
Definitely. But what other surprises? Minnesota Vikings. That's for real.
What I'm to say, man.
For real.
I lost a bet on the Texans, man. I actually bet some money on the Texans, man.
I benched Adam Jones again.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out and had a game again. He put up like 27 fantasy points. I'm like, why do I keep doing it? I started Josh Jacobs. Man. So yeah, man. Minnesota for real?
I can't. I don't have faith in Sam Darnold, so I can't say that.
but he putting it on the money though, man.
Yeah, like, he's doing this. He's doing his thing. He is like coach. I see it, but it's just something about them. I don't know. Maybe I'm waiting on the wheels to fall off at some point.
Yeah, I'm kind of for that one too because like they're beating teams. Like they beat. What? It was 30, was that 34-7 or 31-7? 34-7 on Houston. And then they turned around and they knocked off San Fran last week too in a close one.
Yep. They've beaten some basically good teams, playoff teams. You look at San Fran playoff teams, the Texans was a playoff team. They doing what they supposed to do.
That new coach know what he doing. He got them boys playing offensively, but I like the fact that they got what's the defensive coordinator's name? The one dude, he had caused a lot of the issues in the NFL because he was saying they wasn't giving Brian Flores.
For Flores, yeah.
Yeah, they said like he's the defensive coordinator there.
Didn't know that.
So hey, he might be bringing them boys back to the purple people eaters because right now they out there crushing teams.
That's how they looking, especially on the defense side of the ball. Offensively, they running it and throwing it. They are a well-balanced team all around.
And they stopping people.
Yep.
And they're stopping people. They're playing together as a team. So it's like, man, what you gonna do with that? Like they look for real. They look for real.
Yeah, they do. They look the part. The thing is, I want to know how they gonna respond after that first loss. Like after that, because I don't think no team in the NFL is gonna go undefeated no more. So much parity in the league. So I want to see how they respond after that first loss. That's gonna show what kind of team they really is.
What type of character they got, most definitely. Dude, I keep hoping for Caleb Williams. I do, man. I want Caleb Williams to do good, man, but I don't know if he's shook or what's going on and him and his team not vibing, but I saw an interview I don't know if this is legit, but you know how to be interviewing the players in the locker room. Did you see the one when DJ Moore? He was just like, I would have rather had Justin Fields. He was like, you had all of the weapons in the world. He was just like, and you bring in Caleb. He was like, what was the difference? He was like, look what Justin Fields is doing in Pittsburgh.
What, 3-0?
So he got a legit gripe because they had connection. They balled out together.
Oh yeah, they did. They put up numbers together.
And when you got one of your star receivers speaking out against this star quarterback that y'all brought in, that becomes conflict in the locker room. So
and they probably more than likely will get rid of DJ Moore before they get rid of Caleb Williams.
Most definitely. I don't know, man. It was crazy to me because Caleb just looks lost. He looks like he's running all over the place. He looks like he's just struggling to figure out how to play the game in the NFL.
Yeah.
But hey, you throwing bad passes, you making dumb choices with the ball. You're doing a lot of stupid stuff that I didn't foresee you doing. You know what I'm saying?
To me in college, he was lucky. He was lucky that the stuff, because basically when I watch him, I see him doing the same stuff. He trying to do the same things that he did in college and the NFL, and he's just not that ready. And then the whole thing is the offensive line ain't really protecting him. I ain't trying to give this man no excuse, but at the end of the day, that plays a factor. He can't really – he taking too many hits like C.J. Stroud told him. Stop taking them hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do he have a capability to be a good quarterback? Yes, the arm strength, the athleticism. You know, he can run, throw, all that stuff, but he just taking unnecessary hits. He holding the ball long, offensive line protection, and then he just – I think his vision ain't clear because some of them picks is like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. And it's just like bad. Like that one running play that they showed, they tried to do like a little quick pitch. And number 4, he tried to run it to the left side. And then he like paused and then tried to bounce it back. It's like, dude, it's the NFL. You ain't bouncing it back.
You ain't
like
doing
that. Reggie Bush learned that the hard way. So it was like, and if anybody with speed was going to be able to do it, it would have been him. And he realized in the NFL that ain't going to work no more.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It was I don't know, man. I want Caleb to do good, but he's killing me. He's killing me, and I'm gonna have to stop defending him soon. So, but okay. But let's talk about this Baltimore and Cowboys game. Did you watch that?
I caught what was it? Basically the second half.
Dude,
I was taking a nap the first half. I ain't even gonna lie.
They were up 28-6, and they won 28-25.
Defense fell apart.
Like Derrick Henry had like 150 something yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and y'all still almost lost the game. So Lamar did his job. He put up 28 points. It was 28-6. That defense fell apart.
Yeah,
the defense fell apart, and I was kind of like, oh, so y'all weak like that? Y'all seriously weak like that?
Because Coach, the NFL rated the defense side of the ball for the Ravens. They took away all their coaches.
Okay.
They lost Patrick Queen, who was one of their lead linebackers.
Yep.
They lost Jadeveon Clowney, one of their leading sackers.
I don't even know why they got rid of him when they brought him back and he was balling out. That was weird to me.
That was weird. And then what is his name? Marlon Humphreys is not. He ain't playing like that number 1 corner like how he used to. So he out there getting exposed this season. I don't know what is going on. Maybe some of his personal life or something.
Right.
But he out there getting exposed.
Yeah, it was.
And they also lost their leading interceptor. I forgot the dude's name, but I think he was like a safety or something like that. They lost him. So they defensively they lost a lot.
Okay. So they still trying to figure out who they are defensively.
Basically,
I just want to point out we don't even need to talk about it, but my Seahawks are 3-0. We're just gonna put that out there. You know, I am a diehard Seahawks fan and a Browns fan, and I don't care what anybody got to say about it. Yes, I like 2 teams, and I'm tired of having to explain it to everybody why I got 2 teams. But just in case y'all don't remember, there was a part in time when the Cleveland Browns lost a whole franchise, and I needed to like somebody, and I ended up liking the Seahawks, and the Seahawks ended up just turning out to be a great team under Pete Carroll. So that is why I still like the Seahawks and the Browns. Just because the Browns then came back doesn't mean that I am not going to like my Seahawks. So y'all can all bite it. When y'all sitting up here talking about you got two teams, you ain't no real fan. I was a real fan, and my team quit on me. Just in case y'all don't seem to understand that. They left us. That's how I ended up liking another team. So y'all can all bite me on that one. I don't want to hear nothing else about that. But I had to put that out there, man. But my Seahawks is 3-0 right now.
They're balling.
Okay, man. I know you ready for this one. My Baker, Baker did
Thank you, Baker.
Baker didn't do what he needed to do, man. He didn't. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was playing out in Denver. I don't know. But
the real Baker Hips Mayfield showed up. He showed up. He showed y'all what was here in Cleveland.
Hey, he did not have a good game. I can sit back and I can admit it. He did not have a good game at all. And I'm okay with that because it's a long season and he's proven that he can win. So I'm a wait and see what he pulls out next week and see what he does next week, because hopefully if that's the case, man, we're gonna see if Baker gonna make this a playoff contender or if he just, as you call it, fake and bake. So that's what we're gonna see.
Listen, Coach, I would say that this is how you know Baker ain't have a good game. It was no mentions of Baker Mayfield from any Browns fan on X/Twitter yesterday. They did not bring him up and say, "Oh, he did this and did that." You know who they was bringing up? Joe Flacco, the man that threw 5 interceptions in the game. That's what they was talking about. Joe Flacco
true.
Ain't playing.
And nobody brought him up on Facebook either. So, yeah.
You can't compare that. You know what I'm saying? He had interceptions. Deshaun had 2 touchdowns. Like, we really going to argue about this?
Yeah, that is true. Baker did not have a good game at all, and I can openly admit that. He had a bad game, and I'm okay with that because, like I said, it's a long season. He got enough time to bounce back.
Definitely. Only one loss.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to tell you a game that really shocked me yesterday was the Rams game. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, so the highlights was crazy because the Rams was getting killed. And then that young running back, I think his name is Cam Akers. I think that's his name. Don't quote me on that one. But that dude came out, man. He showed out for his mama. That boy put up 3 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford was using a bunch of young players that's not even starters. And they turned around, man, and they was losing. I think it was like 24 to like 7. And they came back and won 27-24.
Wow.
Yeah. They had an undrafted free agent rookie. It was like maybe like 40 seconds or something like that left in the game. This dude gets a punt return. He took it back about 60 yards and put them right in field goal range, and they ended up winning the game, man. It was a kid from an HBCU, Florida A&M, so I thought that was dope.
Okay, that's dope.
Dope. But that young kid was up.
No, I was about to say, the reason why I didn't watch the game is because I'm like, okay, who Stafford going to throw the ball to?
Right.
And I totally forgot about Cam Akers even being on the squad because Cam Akers was nice. He coming out of Florida State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was nice. So
he balled out. And then they showed the other young kid, Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Number 5 receiver. He stepped in place of Cooper and all of them, and he balled out, man. He had a good game too. Yeah. They had a bunch of young players who just came out and continued to fight. The defense continued to fight. And he came back, and that's just what it all came down to. So, is San Fran on the decline because they got beat by Minnesota? They got beat by the Rams. What's going on?
I would just say they not a lot. They currently with the group that they got, there aren't they aren't able to play San Francisco football, which is get the ball to McCaffrey, he hurt. Yeah. And then on third downs or whenever you need a first down, look for a pass to Kerry Kittle and then Debo out too. So you know what I'm saying? It's just Ayuk and some other guys.
But that kid, Jennings had
Jennings is nice.
Game. He had a monster game, but Mr. I want to be paid all my money. Brandon Ayuk was dropping passes everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So it's like,
kind of happy it didn't work out for the Browns.
Exactly. Got to be happy for that one because that was interesting watching that. I was like, oh, okay. So the last game I really want to talk about was this Kansas City Chiefs and Atlanta Falcons one. Did you see it?
You mean the Kansas City refs versus the Atlanta Falcons?
You can go with that one too. That last pass interference call that should have happened because it was the same play that happened for the Rams and the 49ers. It was the same exact play. One was a PI, the other one wasn't. Yep. So people about to start paying attention to them refs giving Kansas City them calls that they should not be getting. People gonna start paying attention to that.
And I believe they have gotten those calls in all three of their games that they have played so far. All three. Yep.
Then, but the thing that I'm irritated about was the coach Raheem Morris.
Yeah,
dude, it's fourth and inches. All you had to do was do a quarterback sneak with Kirk Cousins. Quarterback sneak gets you your first down. Y'all go ahead and move the ball. You had a chance to score a touchdown. They were struggling with Drake London. You had a chance, but instead, coaches outcoached themselves. Why would you turn around and try to run to the outside when they're overloaded to the side you're trying to run to?
I'm just saying, like, when you call whoever called that offensive play, you ain't say, hey, audible to this if it's looking like that over there. You're just gonna go run with the play, and then it's like, or you blame Kirk Cousins for not making the audible? Because that right there, I'm like, no, I'm not running there.
Man, I'm listen, I don't care who it is. Raheem Morris should have said, God damn it, you running a quarterback sneak. It's my line versus their defensive line. And y'all better win. This just is as simple as that. Philly lines up in that muddle huddle BS, and they get it every single time. So you gonna tell me y'all not capable of getting inches?
Dang, they can get it. I mean,
come on, man.
Listen, the Browns bring in homeboy every time, the backup quarterback, Jameis Winston, every time on short yardage. So it's gonna be a key. You tell them they can pull that off, man. It's inches, man. It's inches. Y'all, at that point. Oops. I just feel like they gotta, as a player, like you gotta. It's me versus you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Let me go grab some real quick, Coach. I'm still listening, though.
No problem. Shoot, I don't know. As far as mine is, my surprise would be you kind of hit the nail, hit the head on the nail when you was talking about that Vikings game, man. Like I said, I picked Texas to win. I thought they was the better team. They had the better defense, the better quarterback, the better everything. But I was wrong. Minnesota showed me wrong. They proved me wrong. They balled out. Darnold doing the thing. They running the ball. Defense is playing nice. Overall, like that was my one big surprise right there. But we already talked about that.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, man, I don't know. It was a lot of surprises this week, man. Kyler Murray, he showed you he's on and then he's off. He's on, then he's off. So that wasn't nothing really to worry about in that situation, but that was just Kyler Murray.
He didn't study film this week, Coach.
that might be because he was just throwing his passes was floating. He was just throwing the ball all over the place. He thought he was going to be able to use his feet to run here and run there. So I don't know, man. It was definitely interesting. But we about to get to we on our last 10 minutes, man. And we're gonna get outside of sports. We're gonna get to outside of sports, and we got to talk about the fall of Diddy. This man, dude, this dude's career is over with. This dude's life might be over with.
Yes, sir.
Because the stuff that is coming out about him is crazy. Now, I did music a long time. I met the dude on 2 occasions. I did not like him. Like, just off of a vibe, I just did not feel. And my personality doesn't mix with his type of personality. But just being in the music industry, man, you hear about the parties. I've been to a party, not one of his parties, but all of them run the same. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird shit that takes place. It made me uncomfortable. It's like them little techno spots. Like, you wouldn't even expect hip-hop people to be at. People dressed all weird and all of that other stuff. I'm like, what type of... And you just sit back and you see, and I ain't going to say who I saw live in person. I ain't going to say who it was, but it's a from the 90s famous hip-hop star. I saw old boy hold hands with another dude about to go into a room with another dude. And I'm thinking they might be doing drugs. But then when I started looking around and seeing what was up, I said, it's time for me to go.
Exit stage left.
It's time for me to go, man, because unfortunately, Diddy just took off with it. He used it as a way to blackmail people. He used it as a way to embarrass people, just to have control over people. He would control your life. He would control your finances. And people, unfortunately, man, will find themselves doing a lot of shit that they would never really do. But when money is involved, people lose who they are over money. And he knew that. And he would sit back and take advantage of that. So all of the stuff that I see, man, like now that's coming out, I'm honestly glad it's happening. I'm not going to even lie. I'm glad it's happening because people like myself and my artists and all of that other stuff, we bust our ass on talent, man. And the music industry will make you believe that it's about marketing and talent. And it's not. It's about what are you willing to sacrifice to get to this level of stardom. And to me, I could never be a part of it. That's why I always maintain being independent. That's what I always wanted to be. I never wanted to be a signed artist owing people money for advances and this, that, and the other. Just give me the ability to put my product out there. I'll market and do whatever I need to do. And that's why I was able to do it. But this man is evil, dude. Like, this dude was doing a lot of dirt.
The P stands for pedophile. But look, this man got hit with racketeering charges, sex trafficking, transportation of prostitutes, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, narcotics, and IVs. So look, my only thing is
no, go ahead. Your only thing is
my only thing is this, like, to a certain extent, I kind of feel sorry for him, but then I don't.
I don't.
I feel sorry for him because this is what I'm saying. I feel sorry for him. It's because how quick the fall came. It was like, it wasn't a dragged out thing. I think he like when he went to New York, he knew he's gonna get arrested. You know what I'm saying? He brought his kids, his family, everybody with him. He had them around. He was walking around his old neighborhood. It's just how quick it is. And I believe, though, anybody else that attended that party, y'all better be getting the same things he got. Because there's some people that I'm hearing names now, can't say their name because I don't know if they, we get hit with some legal stuff. But some, that KK family, quote unquote, she did some stuff.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, they're saying that there's a video right now. There's 2 videos circulating. One with Jennifer Lopez.
Heard about that one.
Mary J. Blige about to go down because she had her little 15-year-old dude that she was flying in and out of, when she was like 26 or something like that. I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on that or how that worked, but and then rumor has it that Usher and Neo, Rick Ross, Usher, Neo, Rick Ross,
Meek Mill, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber been telling you what's been going on. That's why he don't even mess with black people all like that no more.
Look, he told you that in the song. I heard the song exactly about how he lost it at a Diddy party. I said, "Oh, damn, this is the lyrics to this real song, and this is real."
And they say he caught herpes too, just like Usher. Yeah. Usher got it when he was a little kid. He was mentored and all of that other stuff, like we talked about last week. How he gave up custody to Diddy and all of that other stuff. But they're saying, man, it's Jay-Z gonna go down. Jay-Z's gonna go down.
Beyonce
Jay-Z is gonna go down. Y'all heard it here on Let's Get to the Facts. Jay-Z is gonna go down. And Jaguar Wright is telling it all. Everybody made that woman out to be crazy. I listen to crazy people, man, because
they're not crazy.
People be making them out to look crazy because you trying to hide something. This woman has got all this information for nothing.
That's what they do in the industry. They either go blackball you or paint you as crazy. Cat Williams and them all told us this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like to everybody else, they ain't crazy, they crazy. No, bro, they telling you the truth. You just crazy for not listening.
Like I saw an interview because the other dude that they make crazy is Orlando Brown.
Yep.
And Orlando was sitting up in there and was like, they keep calling me crazy. This dude did an interview with Jaguar Wright. And he said, he was like, we together now. He was like, all the stories we gonna tell. But the reason why I know Orlando Brown wasn't crazy, this dude started talking about his wife and his kids and how they took his kids from him and how the whole process goes. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening. It's like, you ain't got nobody on your team that's trying to help you get to your kids. And this dude was breaking down crying. Ain't no man gonna sit up there and break down crying for no reason, dude. That's real hurt that dude is going through. And nobody on his team is sitting up in there like, something's wrong with Orlando. Y'all just keep on doping him up, getting him drunk and shit, and then making him be like, oh, he crazy. He crazy.
They doing that and they getting money off of it. Every interview that he goes to, doped up and everything, they getting paid. So at the end of the day, they gonna feed the dope fiend.
Yeah, and they keep on making him act crazy because people like having him in interviews and stuff. But that's what it is. Listen, Jaguar Wright is not crazy. Orlando Brown is not crazy. Those are what do you call? Those are people who have been blackballed. Those are people who have been, I guess, drugged up, alcoholed up, and then they had their little moments, and people catch them and be like, "See, we told you they crazy." Nah, man, those people are dealing with a lot of stuff, and y'all trying to make them out to be crazy because y'all don't want the truth to come out.
And that's what it is. It's Holly weird.
Man, she been telling the truth about the industry for the longest. She even said the reason why she said Jay-Z and Beyonce gonna go down is because they unalived his pregnant baby mistress or his pregnant mistress or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I was about to say baby mama, but apparently she never got a chance to carry the baby or whatever. So they're saying, and she's saying that she calling out names. She calling out names, dude. I'm like, what? Like,
I just read the other day they supposedly said that Diddy paid for Pac and Biggie's murder. He killed Biggie because Biggie was getting ready to leave Bad Boy.
And they said that's why Suge had Pac killed, because he was getting ready to leave Death Row.
They both was exiting.
So who knows, man? But this dude was dirty, man. They talk about how he had all of these people, city officials, police officers, all of them on his payroll. So he was really feeling himself. And wasn't Diddy the one that had his bodyguards hold somebody outside of a hotel by his ankles over a balcony? I know that happened a couple of times. I know that happened a couple of times, but I think they said Diddy had that happen also.
No, I don't know about Diddy, but I know Suge did it for sure.
I do know they did that to Vanilla Ice. I do know that. Yeah. So I don't know, man, but this dude about to go down, man. And they say he got a list of people he about to expose. I do know that they say because Neo's baby mama put him out there and was just like, they about to get you. You about to be next. So,
quick question, Coach. Do you think he gonna Jeffrey Epstein himself? Or is he gonna get Jeffrey Epstein?
It's a possibility.
You think he'll get Jeffrey Epstein?
It's a possibility.
That's a lot, because it's a lot of powerful people that could be exposed off of this, and that's the same thing happened with Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I'm more than positive that former president number 45 had that happen,
because that happened.
He had that happen. And we can sit up here and BS all we want. That dude made that shit happen. He made that shit happen.
Definitely made it happen.
Oh, yeah. But we down to our last 10 seconds, Coach. As always, it's a pleasure, man. I want to thank everybody who joined us on YouTube and on Facebook. And we'll be back next week. But let's get to the facts, y'all. All right.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
So I just ended it on both. That was good, man. That was a good one.